Here she is, part 2, Friendsgiving, the turkey. My husband cleaned her out last night. As you can tell, the cavity's cleaned. We took out the heart and the neck. There's also a cavity in the back that you have to clean out. That had some other gross stuff that I will never eat. Neck and heart, we will cook that. Somebody will eat it, not me. This is 16 pounds. I'm gonna get her ready to be stuffed. And at 16 pounds stuffed, she's probably gonna cook about 4.5 hours. Okay, what you're going to do first is dry the entire turkey. You want all of your seasonings to stay put. So get it extremely dry. Let it sit for, 10 minutes after you dry it to make sure it's perfect. Okay, she's stuffed, and normally I use the rope, not the pins, to keep the legs together, but this turkey came with an extra flap. It just flipped over, so that's perfect. Don't worry about this being opened. You can pick at the stuffing when you baste it, and the wings will set up against the pan or the roaster. Next, I melted 1 stick of butter and just put a bunch of thyme in there. Now you just butter the heck out of this bird. Go everywhere. Don't be liberal. And make sure you don't let the butter sit too long, because with the cold turkey, it will congeal and then it makes it much more difficult to spread. And don't forget the wings, because those are so yummy. Okay, there it is. And you can tell that the butter has already congealed to the turkey, which is totally fine for cooking, but that's why you want to move fast. Finally, I used tons of salt and pepper and then some paprika to finish. And now we're gonna salt the neck and the heart and get it in the roaster. All right, she's ready to go. I am not gonna use the lid because the top actually touches the top of the turkey and then it'll rip off the skin, and I love the skin, so no. So I'm gonna make a tent with foil. I will show you how to do that. I'm gonna cook this at 350 for about 4.5 hours, and I won't baste for about an hour and a half. Good rule of thumb is don't baste until you actually smell the turkey. And then after that, it's usually every half an hour, and I keep the top on for a good 2 hours until it starts to internally cook, and then we take it off so it can start to brown. And there's the tented top. It just kind of folds over a little bit so it doesn't touch the turkey, and I'm not going to put this in until about noon because we're not eating until 6, and I like to let it rest for a long time. So part 3 will be cooking, basting, and the finished product.